Hi everyone, Jus4SweetZ here. Sorry I didn't have an introduction today. I wanted to get this video out quickly because Halloween is tomorrow. And I had a cake pop order last night and she just told me to do whatever, just make it Halloweenish. So I made pumpkins out of cake pops and I made mummies. And it was really simple and fun, and I think I've done a video in the past on how to do pumpkin cake pops. So I wanted to show you what I did for my mummies. Basically what I used was these Halloween paper straws, and I got them at the craft store, or I've even seen them up at Walmart in the Halloween section. So I have some paper straws. I have my cake balls that I pre-made, and if you need to know how I do my cake ball recipe, I do have a video for those, so you can go back and check that out. So here's my cake balls that are frozen. I have some black candy melts that I have melted down. I have some white chocolate that I also melted down. You can also use white candy melts if you want. I have a little tool. You can use a toothpick. You can use whatever you want. The back of something to dot the eyes onto the mummy. And then I have a plastic baggie, which we are going to put some white chocolate in, and that's going to create what looks like the tissue or the paper wrapping the mummy. You can also get some cellophane bags to rip them in, or to rip them in. I can't talk. Some cellophane bags to put them in, or some ribbon. I was saying two words in one, or some Halloween ribbon to tie those off. So we're going to get started on these cake pops, and we're going to start dipping them. I'll show you how to get them set. Okay, so our very first step is we are going to take out the cake balls, and I am going to place them onto some parchment paper, some wax paper, and I have Casey here today. She's going to help me do these. I'm going to make these for work so that I can use up what I have after the order. So I'm going to do 6 of them. Okay, so there's our 6 cake balls. Let me kind of put that down so you can see. I still have plenty more left over, but we leave those in the freezer. They make a good midnight snack. You just pop them in the microwave for about 15 seconds. Okay, so how we want to set these, and I'm going to have Casey do this. I'm going to show you one, and then she'll do the rest. We're going to take one of our paper straws, and you are going to dip that paper straw. I'm trying to get this to where you can see everything, so let me go back a little bit. Okay. So we're going to dip that paper straw into the white chocolate, just like that. And then you're going to dip that straight into the cake pop. Try not to press too hard because you don't want to break your paper straw. And these are frozen, but it should go in pretty well. So I just push that right on down. And then we're going to have Casey do some. And you can see that what happens is these end up setting into the cake ball and make it not too much, honey. Okay, so hold on to it. So we're going to dip that, we're going to push that in, and sometimes it gets a little hard, but we don't want to bend the straw, so you watch how much pressure you put on the top. So we're dipping those in. Casey's going to do another one, and then we'll continue to do that and come back and show you how to do the mummies. So into the white chocolate, dip it in, go into the top of the cake ball, and there you go. And just let it sit in there and set. So we're going to finish dipping these and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have those all dipped and they're set. They're all set inside. So it doesn't matter how neat those look. I mean, you know, you're going to be dipping it in chocolate again. So basically what we do now that these are all set and secure, we're going to, I'm going to put these aside, and we are going to dip each one of these into, hold on, into the white chocolate. And I kind of dip it in and shake it off a little bit, and then I dip one more time for an extra coating of that white chocolate. And then I kind of just gently scrape the bottom so that we make it kind of flat down there. And then we place that there to let it set. So Casey's going to do another one. Dip it in once, shake it off a little bit, dip it in again, shake it off again. Okay, and then you barely scrape the bottom. No, scrape it a couple times. There you go. And you put that down. And we're trying not to create a circle that's going to dry underneath it. We want the cake pop to dry, you know, as clean as possible. So this is a really fun activity that you can do with your kids. If you're going to have a Halloween party or a classroom party. Where we're at, it's considered Nevada Day, so we actually have Halloween off tomorrow. but a lot of people don't in other states. So this would be a really fun thing to make for a classroom party. These are also great for, you know, to take to work. The order that I made yesterday was a girl who was taking these to her employees as a Halloween treat, and then I'm going to make these for my my clients as well today. So she's going to go ahead and she's going to dip again. Dip up, okay, and then come up. Let me get this one out of your way. These dry, when they're white chocolate, they dry fairly quick. So I can't see what she's doing. Let me do that. Okay, so she's going to the side. Okay, we're going to dip one more because I didn't realize the camera wasn't on that. All right, so we go in one time, circle it around, come up, go back again for our second dip for that extra chocolate. It's almost how like Dairy Queen dips their chocolate shell cones. You get the double dip. Okay, so there you go. We're going to continue dipping these. Casey, you can go ahead and start dipping another one. We're going to continue dipping these till we're done, and then we'll show you how to get this cake pop mummified. Okay, so now what we're doing is we are going to start the mummy process. These are all set and ready to go. They usually take just a couple minutes to get set, unless it's dark chocolate. We're going to go ahead. We're going to open this baggie. I'm using a Halloween baggie that I got at the craft store. It's actually really thick, so it's a good baggie. Our white chocolate, this is what we have left over from dipping our cake pops. And it's not super hot, but it's not cold. You want to have a good consistency so you can pour it out and get a good stream going. So I'm going to go ahead. Hold on, honey. I got to get my hands wiped off. Okay, so I'm not even going to really seal the bag. I'm just going to kind of push all the white chocolate to one corner. Now it can get frustrating. It can come out fast. It can, you know, it's okay though. It's just chocolate. All right. So you are going to take an ever so, and I kind of like get the chocolate out of that corner so it doesn't squirt out at me. A little corner off, very little. Just so that we get, you can kind of test it in the bowl, a good stream. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is, I think I'm going to do this part, Casey, and I'm going to let you do the eyeballs, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to take the white chocolate, and all I'm going to do is pick this stick up and twirl it with my hands and go back and forth and around, because mummies just have that look about them. So this is kind of what it looks like when you're done. Sometimes the chocolate will melt together if you get too much. It happens. Okay, so we're just going to go around. Try to not get too much because it kind of starts flowing together. We have another one here. And just keep doing that back and forth motion. It's really a fun activity for the kids. This part's a little bit more challenging and a little bit more difficult.
Oh, this one's cracking.
It's all right. A little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult, but still fun to do. If the chocolates crack, no worries. It cracks. I haven't figured out the trick of not getting it to crack yet. We have 3 more to go. So you just keep going with that back and forth motion and twirling it with your other hand. And like I said, it doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason, no certain pattern. We're just trying to make lines. You can even go this way if you want, and this way, and this way. Whatever design you want to do for your mummy. Because they get wrapped funny anyway, right? So we'll go this way again, and we'll go this way, and this way. And what you're going to do is you're going to have this big glob of white chocolate down at the bottom. That's okay, because we don't want to waste. Remember, I'm all about not wasting. Okay, so we have all 7 of those done. You're just going to take your extra chocolate, because we don't need any more. Put it back in that bowl, every ounce of it, because chocolate is not cheap. Same thing if it's the candy melts. I keep these bowls filled, and I just put them in a storage, and when I need them for an order, I reheat them, and I have them ready to go. They don't go bad. Okay, so we've got that all cleaned out, and then you see that we have this huge puddle of white chocolate where we were doing our design. That's okay. Let that cool off, and then it literally peels right off of the wax paper or the parchment paper, and you can put it right back in your white chocolate bowl. So next, we are going to do the eyeballs. I'm going to let Casey help do that.
Okay, so you
So
told me how to do
these
it.
are setting up. So we want to start with the ones that are already set up. Let's go ahead and twist. It gets messy. I get chocolate all over my hands. I always have a towel nearby to keep wiping my hands because I can't stand it when I get chocolate all over my hands.
It's Halloween and you have a Christmas one.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. So we're going to get our little guys ready here. And then what we're going to do is I'm using this little tool, but you can also use like a toothpick.
Or a cotton swab. But that
you can use a cotton swab too, just as long as it doesn't come off into your chocolate. So I'm going to take this point and I'm going to dip it in. Now you want to make sure it's not too hot because then the eyeballs are going to run. So it's kind of, I heated it up and I let it cool for a few minutes. And then you find a spot where you think is a good spot for the eyeballs to go and you literally put 2 little dots. And there's our mummy. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to let Casey do them. So I'm going to find another one, find a good spot. Let's see. Sometimes there's not, you don't leave a really great spot. I'm going to go around the camera this way. I think what I'll do here is we'll do an eyeball in that spot and an eyeball over here in this spot. No one's, oh. And if you mess up, don't worry about it. Just make the eyeballs bigger. There you go. Aren't these cute? Okay, so we're going to let Casey do one now. So Casey, yeah, grab a cake pop. Let me find you one that has a good opening. This one has a good opening. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and she's going to do her eyeballs. Okay, dip it again. There you go. Good job. Okay. And then what you can do, like if it smears over, like it kind of smeared over right there, not a big deal. What I normally do, I'm going to turn this for a second, because in my drawer, don't look in this messy drawer. This is my baking junk drawer. I keep toothpicks, which I need to get a little basket for and put them in there because they have rolled to the back of my drawer. Okay, so what we're going to do to fix this, if you want to fix it up so it's a little bit, let me get the camera straight, where it's a little bit more consistent, you can go ahead and take a toothpick and it scrapes literally right off. So then you can make it to where the eyeball, you know, isn't seeping. Or if you like to have a seeping eyeball, you can do that too. Or if you want to like make it a little bit more round, you can take some of that off. But you know, these are supposed to be fun, not perfect. I'm not selling these. If I was selling them, I'd try to make them a little bit more perfect than this. But these are just giveaways today. So there you go. There's our mummies. We're going to continue making eyeballs and we'll be right back. All right, so our mummies are all ready to go. I had some disco dust. It's edible glitter. It's a light green, and I went ahead and put it on there just so that they kind of sparkle because, you know, sometimes mummies glow in the dark. I have a cake in the oven, sorry. And so I've got these little guys ready to go. We're going to wrap them in some cellophane and put some ribbon around them, and I'm going to share that with you. If you're having a party, you can serve them as is, of course, cleaning the glitter off the plate. But you can serve these little guys on a plate. You can put them in a cupcake holder, a mini cupcake holder, or a regular size. You can just have fun with them. You can also make them the other direction so that the stick actually goes up. In that case, though, when you make them, you have to have something to put these in, like styrofoam or something, so that you can make them stand this direction. And that way, you know, you can leave them standing up and people can take them out of a display or whatever. So anyway, so those guys are ready to go. Casey and I are going to get the cellophane and the ribbon ready, and we're going to show you how we wrap these up. Okay, so we have them ready to go. These are little cellophane bags that you can get at the craft store, Walmart, anywhere in the cakes aisle. And these are the smaller ones. And then I have some ribbon that I cut up that we're going to tie around to secure these. And this is actually just dollar store ribbon that I bought. It was in a whole roll, which comes like this. Okay, so this is the only roll I bought. I wrapped 20 Cakepops last night that someone bought from me, and now I have the ones to wrap my 7, and I still have this much ribbon left over. So you can decorate it really cute for an inexpensive price. So how we do this is you got to be a little gentle because, you know, they've been out of the freezer for a while now, and you don't want to ruin what you've done. So how I do them is I put them into the cellophane baggie, and I just kind of push it down as much as possible. and then I flip it around. And then we're going to take a piece of our cute ribbon, and I usually put the wire side down. It's just easier for me that way. And I just tie it one time. I don't tie it in a knot or a bow or anything, because usually when people get these, they want to rip into them. They don't want to wait to eat them. So that's why I like the ribbon with wire, because then you just tie it around once, and then I just kind of take the ribbon and move it the direction that I want to go. Just like that. Look how cute that is. So Casey's over here wrapping one right now. She's going to get hers ready to go. I'll show you her doing hers. Can you put your hands in the front of the camera, babe? So she's tying hers all up. Now put the, honey, it's easier if you put the wire side down,
okay,
like this,
and
then hold it up against it, and then you can tie it. There you go. So she's going to do hers. There she goes. And sometimes it can be a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's fairly easy.
I can't get it in.
So we're going to continue tying these, and we'll be back and show you the end result. Okay, so here they are. They're all done. We've got them all tied off. They're adorable. They're so cute and sweet. And you can make these for a bake sale or anything. So just have fun with them. Get creative. Have fun with your food. It makes it a lot funner to cook if you're having fun with your food. Let your kids help you and get in the kitchen with you and teach them to do these things. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was really fun, kind of a last minute video and sort of late, but I'm sorry about that. Maybe next year people will get to use this video a little more often. Until next time, next video, have a wonderful day, everyone. God bless. I forgot to let Casey talk as well, so go ahead, Case.
Okay, thank you for watching.
And then until next time, right?
Until next time, next video. God bless.
Okay, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.